I think we are.
Yeah.
Welcome
Hello.
to Redline Anytime.
Christmas time.
Is it Christmas? I was thinking about this the other day. It's like that was not quite our Christmas show yet.
No, that'll be probably next week.
Episode 33, the start of the festive ones.
Hold on. 33.
Hose are on the shelf.
The hose are there.
The hose have come out of the cupboard where they've been all year.
Hose about to play.
They've come back out
Well, they're
again.
just in that cupboard there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Just-
they live in there and then they come out for Christmas. The hose
Are out to play.
are out, so it must be almost Christmas. Anyway, we've got loads to go through this week and less of us to go through it.
No.
So,
Where's Dan?
Where's
Dan?
Don't know.
He was with us a couple of days ago. Maybe he just couldn't.
That's why he's not
maybe
now.
he couldn't handle his Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Right, so we might as well start on Amsterdam. The reason we didn't do a show last week was because we were on a plane going to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Left me here.
you got to take the lids for the first dam, and Sam's 18th, and yeah, a whole load of us went out,
so
stayed on a
cold.
boat. It was quite literally the funniest weekend.
As you can imagine, being in the dam.
Very, very funny.
I've just heard some other stories.
Ridiculous.
I don't think we can talk about them.
Not many of them. I mean, like, it was quite funny getting, like, it literally, first morning there, getting interviewed for this TV thing, some student project or something. Right. And, like, we just walked out the Bulldog, blitzed, right, bump into these two people, and they're asking us questions about, like, the recent law changes in Amsterdam governing,
Right.
like, where and how and who you can
do,
all that kind of stuff. And, like, we've only just realised all the changes have like happened because of the coffee shops that we always used to go to.
Right.
We've gone in and they're like, no, I can't smoke. And you're like, what?
Is that the
Like-
local thing? It's only
No, it's a fucking Dutch, like Holland thing. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing. It's not just the red light. But like Grasshopper, it's a steakhouse. You can't actually get a spliff in there. You can't smoke weed in there. You can't buy weed in there. It's like it's a pub, like the Grasshopper. A couple of the other like all-time favourites. I mean, it used to be like the Wild West. Fair enough. I mean, do you know what I mean? And the smoking ban probably was the start of things. But as I pointed out to these lot, it was never legal. It was just decriminalised and tolerated.
right,
you know what I mean? But with their very liberal approach to life, and that's cool. But you get the impression that it's been taken the piss out of.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think Holland
treated a lot wrong.
doesn't want to be famous for being where people go smoke weed. It's like, well, we're a nation with lots of other attributes, and I fully get that. The irony was that we were being interviewed and asked a load of questions about something that we'd only just found out about, and we were all smashed. You know what I mean?
Quite ironic.
So they're like,
is that why they probably just? I
don't know. So like,
look, there.
So what are your opinions on the recent law changes, like controlling the use of cannabis? And we're like, well, we've already just found out about it. Oh, okay. So has it affected like your enjoyment, your experience? And I was like, that. No, we're all pretty smashed.
So you'd come back to Amsterdam again? Yes, absolutely.
Would it affect your decision to come back again? Like, looked over, defo come back again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you still smoke in an area if you know that it's now an area you're not allowed to smoke in? Like, well, no, I mean, like, because there's plenty of other areas where you can go and smoke. So, like, you know.
Why not walk 5 minutes to one? Simple
like,
as really, innit?
Okay, thanks very much.
So that's somewhere on YouTube.
Yeah, the video with Dan. We should put the video of Dan with the pigeon on his head here. Dan with the pigeon on his head, day one. You know, like you leave him for a couple of hours. Got a bit of a smoke in the morning. They've gone doing their thing. I've caught up with the family. You meet up with him again a few hours later, and the first words out of his mouth is like that. Have you seen the video of Dan with the pigeon on his head? I'm like that. Oh my god! Like it's the hours on the road in Amsterdam.
Put that video.
Let's see it. Well, it's brilliant.
Happened twice.
Great time had by all. Everybody made it back. Literally not a crossword. There was like no
good times.
Honestly,
good times
the
in the
best
dam.
of times. Yeah, really, really good.
Yeah, good couple of
Not for me though. I wasn't there.
Well, we did invite you. There's plenty of fucking room.
You did. It's fair.
See, look there.
But I just couldn't do it.
Don't be coming off all fucking woe is me.
Overall it was pretty good.
It was very funny. It's very different, but I mean, like, you know, it's progress. It's changed things. You know, the Wild West is generally like, you know, not regarded as a good thing. And I think as well, it's because of the way you buy your weed now, it's all like barcoded. It's, you know what I mean. It's all very controlled. So I think if they're controlling it at the you know, the rock face, then they've obviously got measures in place about where the coffee shops can buy from. So that's all being controlled. And essentially what they're doing is they're now able to put a number on, like, I don't know, organised crime, because...
Yeah, I guess so, because everything's got to be
exactly
by the book.
So I guess when you've got a culture that's tolerant, the opportunity to exploit it because it's based on trust. And I think they've gone like that. Do you know what? You're taking the piss. So like, we're actually going to now start controlling it, and because it's now controlled and, you know, managed, they can actually generate a proper revenue. Do you know what I mean?
That the government
and all that kind of stuff. And it does take the legs out of, you know, organised crime at that level straight away. Do you know what I mean?
Why would you buy anything?
You know, in the same way that you control and license like spirits and stuff through the manufacturing process, it's a bit like they've gone to that kind of model.
And you can go to a bar and have a drink, but you can't really drink out on the street because you're
that's the other thing. It's not just that. It's like the whole like behaviour in the red light district is like.
That's good. At least they got it under
it's not a bad thing. Honestly, it's not a bad thing. It's for some. I guess if you were somebody that didn't smoke, it would probably feel more comfortable going investigating and looking at that side of Amsterdam without feeling like, well, if I'm going to walk around, it's going to be stoned down. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and that's I'm all right with it. I'm definitely all right with it. We'll go back.
Big up the Dan.
Big up the Dan. Doing a great job. Friend of the show. Keep up the good work. We'll do then these bits because, like, I've got a thing here that says no sports task because Dan's not here, but we have got a sports task. We've got quite a few sports topics. And if Burnouts were an Olympic sport, I do believe that Corvette reel that you posted the other day. It was like, I actually commented, it was like, that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you burn out. You know what I mean? It was literally Back to the Future. You drove off and the tarmac was on fire.
But it's like the smoke was dancing with the exhaust, and it was just bellowing out.
Yeah, it was on the limiter, so it was going, and you could see the standing wave.
Slowly takes off.
Smoke was coming out around the exhaust. The exhaust was turning. It was like a cannon. It was.
It's a piece of art.
Yeah,
it's a piece of art, and then he slowly moves away, and the tarmac's on flames. It's just like
loving it,
unreal.
Loving it.
And the sound from it as well is incredible.
That was about. Have you seen the Aston Martin Valhalla?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
yes, I have.
Like actual Twitch. Do you know what I mean? You thought the Valkyrie was like a beast of a car. This is like everything the Valkyrie is performance was. 1,078 brake horse.
Yes.
Except it's a bit less race car and a bit more like you could drive this on the road. Yeah. So it's got an interior.
Yeah. It's limited to.
It's a rich man's daily, basically.
It's 0 to 62 in 2.5 seconds.
What's the overall weight of the car?
Active aero.
It reaches a limited wing on the back.
It reaches a limited top speed of 217 miles an hour.
Let's have a look at it.
What's the point of restricting something at 217 miles an hour?
But with a wing up, I mean, that is just it's a machine.
This is like electronically. Remember, things used to be like limited to 155 miles an hour.
Yes,
and now it's like 217 miles an hour. It's like, honestly, why would you? Because if you fucking lose it at that speed anyway, it's not saving anyone's fucking life. You'd be like that. Well, if you're doing 217, you might as well see what it'll do. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
but what a machine! It looks awesome.
Oh, dude,
I do
honestly,
like it.
That proper switch, proper switch.
Nothing that bothers you about it. It's like, I'd have that.
It's just
beautiful. It really is. Yeah. There's a load of Valkyrie in it, but almost like just knocked the race cariness off it and made it like. I think it's actually road legal as well. Valkyrie, I'm not sure you can drive on a public road for like noise reasons and stuff. And
you got the Mustang GTD.
Setting the fastest American car lap time. Yeah, but come on, right? That something to brag about? No offence, Americans. Like, the fastest American car. They're not known for going round corners, American cars.
I know, but come on, look at this.
What else does it? What does it beat? New Corvette.
Yeah.
That was the first thing. But that's still on fucking cart springs.
Doesn't matter.
It is. It's medieval fucking cart springs underneath it.
It's gone under 7 seconds round the Nürburgring.
7 minutes.
Unbelievable. 7 minutes.
Fucking 7 seconds. That's all that.
7 minutes round the Nürburgring. That is.
It's pretty quick.
That's a fucking lap. Yeah.
6:57.
I mean, like, I know I'm sounding like a little bit down on it. That's fucking quick. Do you know what I mean? It's proper quick. It's like 70s F1 lap time quick. Do you know what I mean?
Or something like that.
It's
the 6th fastest road legal
rapid,
car.
mate.
Ridiculous.
It's rapid.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, Vin. Have we got delivery date yet? Do we know when Vin's coming?
When are you getting it, mate?
Come on, Vin. Do we know what colour we're getting? Is he telling us?
Still not said
He
nothing.
knows. He's going to do like a fucking gender reveal.
Yeah,
of course. Or anything like that. It's a blue one.
Car shower and everything.
Yeah. A car shower.
Vinny, when's it arriving?
What's happening, Vin, lad? Friend of the show. Hope you're well. Burnouts. There's been lots more burnout videos this week than anything else.
And new followers. Big up.
Exactly.
Yeah, big up new followers.
Big up.
If you're a new follower, let's leave us a comment. Yeah. And completely do the opposite to the existing followers. Come on, we're going to have to do meme of the week. You know what my meme of the week is. It's the Lego one.
You can't.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying anything else.
I think
it's the Lego one.
In the current climate, I think
there has been some like brutal hurting yourself ones. You see the bloke that crushed his skull. Not the fact like there's one of an MMA fight. He gets
elbows him. He's stood there looking confused.
I was going on. They're all going. Whoa!
Come on, mate.
Massive
Come
dent
with me.
in his head. And the bloke that was they was taking a coil spring off. And
yes.
It's in there, and then there's an X-ray of his jaw in like 3 pieces like that. Oh my god. There's been some pretty brutal ones. But I'm still going with the Lego one. And honestly, I defy
I'll give you that. It's pretty good one.
It is. But we're leaving that one there.
Moving swiftly on.
Massive Attack. We're Massive Attack gigged it with me and Noel and Michelle. Belter bumped into loads of people. Raj was there, Nick was there, with their respectives. Yeah, it was boss, you know. Like, I jokingly said to Raj when we all went to that thing at the workshop, he's like, "Oh, you got Massive Attack, cool. We'll try and get a beer or something." And we didn't manage to sort that out. I was like, "Well, I'll tell you what though, like having a bit of a joke with him, I was like, well, we'll just see you in there. If you just like listen for like long enough, you'll hear Michelle anyway." So like, right, lo and behold, we walk in like that, a couple of pints. Within 5 minutes, Raj had turned up and like, "See, look, there you go." Cheek, then Nick rocked up like that. "No, we'll just stay here." It was an absolute belter gig, and like Nish was in, Neve, like there's loads of people in. Like Nish was literally about 20 yards away from us. You know, like when you look at someone's videos and you're like, "My God, that must have meant you," because like that's almost our.
I could see the back of that
person. Whoa! So he must have been literally like real close.
In front of you, pretty much.
Great gig, absolutely great gig. Loved it. It's the most harrowing gig I've ever been to.
What you telling before has been for
and it comes at you and racing up. It's almost like too much information, like video stuff. And you just can't concentrate on the music. I turned around at one point, I'd be back to it so I could just hear the music rather than like what was going on.
The visual effects as well.
But then like the bangers start halfway through, and like the whole thing changes. There's less going on. It becomes more like about the music rather than the statement. But oh my God, the last hour, it's just like
Massive Attack.
I've never got to see them before. They are one of my favourite bands. If you know. There'd probably be 3 Massive Attack tunes in the tunes that I'd want played at my funeral. Do you know what I mean? And you're like that. Wow, and just to see him and the original lineup as well. So like Teardrop, the female vocal is literally the most haunting, delicate, beautiful thing, right?
Gorgeous.
And we're like, they start playing Teardrop, and you're like, oh, he's got the. You look, it comes on the big screen. It's like someone's nan. Right? You're like, oh my fucking God. And then she starts singing and you like, it's the same fucking voice and you're like, oh my God, imagine having like her as your nan, be like the coolest nan ever. Do you know what I mean?
Big up,
and then
man.
people in front of us got on it and was like that. Like got a nan thing going. And like the dread that does like mate, honestly, and it's just spellbinding, and you like literally like very massive attack, dark, just bright, very. It's almost like you could be very, very much convinced that like your vision has switched to black and white for a bit, like. Need a bit of, and like the only thing that's not like monochrome is like you can see the odd red dot in the lighting rig of a device or something. Like, no, we definitely still got colour like that. Wow, that's mad. Do you know what I mean? But just so powerful and like well,
big up the attack.
Worth waiting for. Massive attack. Honestly, fabulous. And started early, finished early. It was done by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you were back pretty early.
Yeah, done by 10 o'clock. And if you bought a ticket. Just through the normal channels, your local travel was included, so like bus and train.
Nice.
We only found out when we got there though after buying train tickets, because they're like this whole eco thing. They're very very outspoken about all these issues. So they, for the gigs, they offer the postcodes surrounding the venue like basically well in advance and free transport. Wow. To discourage people from travelling to, because there's like loads of gigs, to discourage people from Birmingham travelling to Liverpool because all the Birmingham tickets sold out. It's like, well, we're only going to sell them to people from Birmingham, and then we'll release them like to a wider audience. And most of the gigs sold out on the local releases, so the carbon footprint of the show, I guess, was nothing. Because I would imagine a major carbon footprint associated. Have you heard us? We're actually going to fucking talk about this.
Wasn't me.
I guess the biggest carbon footprint associated to a gig of that size is the audience.
It's not Redline.
It's the audience. It's the audience.
Absolutely.
Unless you're using the eco button. Anyway, I was on Black Friday. No, I was half an hour late. Standard. But yeah, belter gig. Definitely would go again. Probably like aim to arrive halfway through though this time.
Yeah, missed the beginning.
Like it's a bit like got home man. He's not.
I reckon some people really like that though.
Right, so there is a very dark.
There will be then people.
So there is a very dark joke to all this, right? So it's not controversial, and it's actually quite funny. At the end of the gig, we're on our way out, right? And literally a couple of days before, they'd announced peace in Gaza.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, like, I was like, yeah, I know. I said, do you reckon they've sat down and gone, it's too late to redo all the visuals for the tour because it's the start of the tour. It's like, so like, Massive Attack for the duration of the tour would be like that. Like, whoa, Gaza, justice. It's like, mate. But they're not fighting anymore.
Yeah, but it was only a ceasefire. How certain is that ceasefire?
Yeah, but it's like, imagine if it sticks. Like there is 6 months going on about the war, and they're like, mate, old news. Do you know what I mean?
The whole like year of tours.
I don't think that's going to stick.
Will they change if it sticks?
And Syria. And all that.
So but fabulous gig. Right, we spent too long talking about that. Move of the week done. We have to mention Eddie Jordan.
Eddie Jordan, yes.
Who is fighting cancer. Yeah. Fuck you, cancer.
Cancer. Eddie Jordan, man.
What an absolute legend, mate. Right. So before he was an absolute entrepreneur. Yeah. Before he became like F1 legend, you know what I mean? Like. A great businessman, a bit like Paul Thingy that did the airline and owned Minardi. I don't remember his name. Oh, never mind.
But Eddie, man, we're all
Eddie Jordan.
We're all behind you, mate.
Thinking about sending good vibes. Yes. Wishing you all the best.
Yeah, man.
And we will make you a friend of the show.
Yes.
An honorary friend of the show.
Honorary friend.
Loving your work. Hope you can do a bit more.
Yeah,
Keeping it on. Should we do no sports desk? Dan got some sports.
No sports desk. But we can mention F1, I guess.
So, in the absence of Dan, sports desk.
Yes.
In sports desk this week, all the Furies.
There is. Yeah.
All the Furies. A bit of F1
Furies.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's all we got in sports desk.
Okay.
So
we got Usyk.
Usyk.
Yeah, that's coming up.
That's next week.
21st.
Yeah. What do we think?
Oh man, he's got to knock him out this time.
I don't see any other outcome of that fight. I think Usyk 6 rounds, mate.
I don't think Usyk's going to let it get to the end. He's going to make a point. He's like, I've won this fight once before, and now I'm going to smoke.
But I think, but I think it'll go about 6.
You reckon? Should we do some predictions?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Fury, Usyk, Neil. What round?
6 round and a minute in.
6.
I think they'll stop the fight. Usyk
1 minute. Stoppage or knockout? Stoppage. Okay. What we're saying now, kid? First of all, I mean, we are all going Usyk, aren't we? No one's actually got Fury to win this. Yeah. Right, so Neil...
There's been no videos of Fury anywhere. And I mean, not in terms of...
I haven't seen any of Usyk neither.
Right.
Well, Usyk never used to do them.
No, he doesn't.
He never did anyway.
Fury's always like poking fun and he's like that. Not so fucking cocky this time, are you?
There's not been any training videos.
No.
But he's not been in the news for anything, which means he's not been seen and he's not been up to anything, which means he's been ghost. Probably training. So you've got to give him a fair chance. So
I think so. That's why I've gone.
Tyson Fury is a good boxer. However, no matter how good he is, right?
Usyk's better.
Usyk is a good boxer, really good boxer, and he's fitter than fucking Fury. Even if Fury's been in training camp, right? Yeah. He's still going to be fitter than him because he started off fitter than him, and they'll have both been in training camp for the same amount of time. So he's still going to have an advantage. However,
Usyk's not going to let it go.
Right, he's going to want to make a point. He is no way letting that get to a point.
I also think it's not going to be over early. I think it's going to take a bit.
I think it's going to wear him down. Honestly, I think it'll be a slugfest.
Yeah, I think it's going to wear him down. I think that's why I've gone 6. That's why I've gone.
You've gone 6. All right, Jack, what you saying?
I reckon it'll be 4.
4th round?
Yeah. Ooh. 4th round. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes in.
And we're talking knockout, stoppage. It's got to be a knockout, hasn't it? Fury's out. They're not going to throw the fucking towel in.
Yeah, I don't reckon
he's going to have to knock him out.
I think the rest will stop it.
Yeah.
You reckon it'll be a ref? But you still go with stoppage?
Yeah.
This is only for like...
There'd be nothing. Tyson won't be able to come back with anything.
Oh, stoppage like this is a new fucking thing. Stoppage, we've just gone like piano knockout before. Do you know what I mean?
I don't reckon he'll knock Fury out, but I reckon he'll knock him down enough times where the ref's just
you
like...
get like a standing count, like that buggy on.
Come on, you 4 times now, and you can't even get on your feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're probably right actually, because like he doesn't, he bounces off things and comes back and what have you. He's like a weaver.
I think it'll be a stoppage.
Right, I'm going to go. Let us know your predictions in the comments.
Drop them down.
Who you think is going to win, Fury, Usyk. What round?
Stoppage, knockout.
How you think they're going to win, and like how many minutes into the round? I'll do mine. I reckon it's going to go long. I reckon it's going to go 8th round, and I reckon it's going to be 1 minute, and I reckon Usyk's going to knock him out. Knock out.
Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, and again Usyk to win. So let us know what you think in the comments. We'll ask Dan for his next week. Yeah. We'll canvass a few more people, get that in there.
Because we'll get another show in before then, won't we? So
so that's Tyson Fury. Also in the news this week, Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. So Tommy Fury's just swerved the fight because his opponent was shit talking, from what I can gather.
Right.
Like, if I feel I'm losing, I'm going to kick you in the head.
That's right.
Yes. And Tommy Fury's gone,
yeah, I'm not fighting.
I'm not fighting you. So it's like that. What? So you get like 1 bit of trash talk, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, if he fights this dude, and this dude does resort to a head kick, he's disqualified.
Mike Tyson told Lennox Lewis. Mike Tyson told Lennox Lewis he was going to eat his kids. Fact. Do you know what I mean?
You're just getting a kick in the head,
mate. You're going to get a kick in the head, do you know what I mean? And he's not going to kick you in the head because he'll lose his fucking MMA license.
He'll lose everything. He won't be
disqualified
from the fight.
Just a fucking pussy, do you know what I mean? So
he's not going to kick you in the head, mate.
So there's also a bit of banter as well about Tommy Fury fighting Jake Paul.
Well, Jake Paul called him out again.
Logan Paul.
No, Tommy Fury, Jake Paul.
Tommy Fury, sorry.
Jake Paul's called Tommy Fury. Because Tommy Fury won last time.
That's right, he did.
On points. Jake Paul's called him back out again, right? And so what did we say? He's now got a model in place for a massive payday, right? So he's now going to get whatever fight he wants. And this is what I was saying. He'll lure potential contenders in for the money. And if he beats them, he's then he gets to call out more people, and those are just bigger Netflix fights.
He will beat them.
A money machine.
He will beat them because that's the way it goes. They've got to go by the script, and he has to win because it's all about the cash. And what we need is someone to front him for no cash. So that's what we need.
Because we've now got Tommy Fury and Jake Paul, and all the fucking hoo-ha that goes with it, right? The best thing about that fight is John Fury has offered to fight Logan Paul for no money, just for the shit. That's what we want to see. That's the fight we want to see. We were talking about this earlier. I reckon John Fury, right, is going to take some knocking out.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah, he's definitely got to cheat. The old man's got to cheat.
How funny that would be. I think I'd be happy seeing John Fury knock out Logan Paul. As much as I needed Mike Tyson to knock out Jake Paul, I'd settle. I'd fucking happily settle for John Fury. Demolish it. And he's like, first round. Oh no, that's the Mike Tyson thing. So, again, here we go. Tyson, Paul back on the table again. What were you saying?
Well, what it was, some sheik's come out. I can't remember his name, but he's offered Mike Tyson $700 million to take on Jake Paul again and destroy him.
No holding back. Friend of the show. That's the fight that we wanted to see.
No holding back, but I think the stipulation is Mike's got to finish him in the first round.
He's got to knock him out. Well, which he fucking would do. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. If he came out the way he is on them training videos like that,
and the way we know how Mike's
if that situation arises, right, we go back to our original predictions.
Absolutely. Because you know that's going to happen.
Because that's what we thought was going to happen. So John Fury, Logan Paul. I'd actually pay to see that. Do you know what I mean? No doubt at all. That would be hilarious.
That's the thing. John Fury.
Logan Paul's like skinny as well. Have you seen him?
He's not like a boxer. He's in it for the fight. You know what I mean? He likes to punch in the face.
John Fury was, he's a boxer, gypsy boxer, reputation. He trained Tyson to fight. That's why Tyson Fury's called Tyson. Do you know what I mean? Because John's a boxer, and Mike Tyson's his fucking hero. He trained Tyson Fury to fight before he turned pro and started. Had different. It was his dad. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like I'd love to see that.
But like I said before, it needs people to not go for the money. Just go for the boxing.
That's why John Fury's got no money. I'll fight you on the undercard, no money.
It needs everyone to just not accept it and just not fight him.
It's so.
Do you know what I mean? So then he'll have no fights.
Massive amounts of money.
I know it is, but people need to go. You know what, mate? You're ruining the sport. You're taking a piss. You're taking a piss out of the sport, basically. Yeah. So it needs these professional boxers that he's offering out, whoever they may be, to go. No, I'm not fighting you.
For boxing,
I'm not fighting.
His son is Tyson Fury.
I'm not being
and
scripted.
He lives in a caravan.
I'm not being scripted.
He could live in a mansion, and he chooses to
live in a caravan. It's true,
because
he's a gypsy. I'd love to see it. I'd absolutely love to see it. I really, really would. If whoever needs to make that happen, please make that happen.
They need to happen. Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they need to be shown up for what they are. No scripted fights, no money.
The entire Fury family, involved in our Tommy, our Tyson, and our John.
Even I trained. I trained for 6 months to get in the ring with one of the fuckers.
Yeah, dude, I'd watch you train for 6 months to get in the ring with one of the fuckers.
For nothing.
No doubt. Yeah, definitely. As long as you weren't getting trash talks and threats.
I wouldn't do any of that. I wouldn't do any trash talk. I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't you wouldn't see me.
I'm gonna eat your kids.
You wouldn't see me for 6 months.
He might kick me head. Tyson just threatened to eat me kids.
See, nowadays he'd be considered gay for that.
But the thing is, though, I probably would kick him in there.
Get your cock out of his mouth.
Anything? A bit of F1 stuff. F1 season came to a close.
Yes, the big news
Verstappen
is
won.
with the Cadillac thing. Was it 26, 27?
27.
Ferrari are going to supply their own engines for 4 years.
Oh, well, you see, that makes sense because their customer at the moment is Sauber,
Yes.
who will become Audi, who will have their own power unit,
That's right.
I guess. So they'll be the only engine supplier not supplying, and there's almost like an FI. I think there's not almost. There is. If you're an engine supplier, you must supply engines to at least one other team. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, it's like a full works team when you're going like that. So whatever advantage you have to make available to at least one other customer.
Going with Cadillac.
That doesn't surprise me, and it's a good call. I couldn't see Mercedes doing it because they don't have the rep that they had for the power unit to start with. Red Bull are going to go Red Bull branded, Ford branded, isn't it? Apparently, it's going to be there. You know, the whole engine deal is actually going to end up, I think, Ford branded when the Red Bull developed powertrain. Right. I think it's going to be branded Ford.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
The Red Bull Ford, which is
I'm a Ford dude.
I can do Ford.
You're a Ford dude.
I think pretty sure.
He's an eco.
Pretty sure. And obviously Max won the drivers. McLaren won the constructors. Well deserved. What? Right. So as he pointed out, I completely forgot about this. As he pointed out the weekend. Did I not predict that?
I think so.
I actually predicted that because of the driver pairing. It did the whole thing like that. The car only needs to be nearly good enough for them, you know, and as long as Checo's like still like that, as long as they can get into that top 3 or 4 positions every single week, both of them. Do you know what I mean? And the car works well enough for every single on aggregate.
Don't have to be winning races.
And Max has set another record in being one. I think there's only 2 drivers ever won the World Drivers' Championship in a car that was manufactured by a team that finished 3rd or below. Him and Nelson Piquet. Wow. Who's now I think he's now his father-in-law, but is the mother of Verstappen. The grandfather of Verstappen Jr. He's having a nipper. So that, come on, mate, fair play. So your dad's Jos Verstappen. Oh, sorry, you've got Max Verstappen as your dad, right?
Your granddad's Jos.
Your mum is. I just fucking said his name. I can't remember what was his fucking name. Nelson Piquet. Okay. Your mum is like former world champion Nelson Piquet's daughter. Your other granddad is Nelson Piquet. It's like fair chance they're going to end up find themselves in a racing car. God fucking help whoever else is in there with them. Do you know what I mean? It's like a dynasty.
I mean, with the pattern that's going on, it's like they just get faster.
I tell you what, though, right? I tell you what, this is going to be my first prediction for next year, right? Ooh. Everyone's going, he's going to lose it now, becoming a dad, this, that, the other. I reckon he's going to just go chill. I reckon he's going to step into his boots. He's going to stop being like angry,
immature, and
he's going to be responsible.
Somewhat petulant.
He's going to step into this like elder statesman role now, and you know, like Lewis was ice cold by the rules and just was always. Like I think Max is going to redefine that, just like
rather than being like reactive, it's going to be planned and strategic. Just like I know him, so I know at this corner he does this. So too.
That's what I was
but as long as he just keeps some of that grit about it,
and that's what I mean. It's going to transcend.
He's not going to become a.
It's going to just become a more assured. I don't think he's going to be any slower. He's not going to be any less committed. He's just going to be smarter.
So what we're saying, we don't want you to become a pussy, mate. Just
definitely. Honestly, I have loved how he's gone about it recently, especially the shit he's come in for. Do you know what I mean?
He's just took it all on the chin.
He's totally defended it. Do you know what I mean?
Championship. Again. Was it 4-time on the belt?
Yeah. Go on. George Russell showed himself to be a bit of a fucking tit. You know what I mean? He's just been he did this. So like Max just went over when they were on the truck going round the parade lap. Max went and stood next to him, like of all the people, was like, I am actually going to run you off into the wall on the first fucking corner. Do you know what I mean? Like that fucking prick. Like, God, George is like, he said this. He's like, oh, you fucking knob. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then what happened was they swapped places him and George. So George was now on pole. Max is second. By the time they got to the first corner, he's already driven around him. The only fucking wish I have, right, is that as he went past him, Max just went like that, or flipped him off. Do you know what I mean? Fuck off, you knobhead. I'm still going to come out the first corner before you anyway. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, Mercedes actually had quite a good showing. Final race of the year. Finally got it together. Burnouts on the grid for Lewis, who's now no longer a Mercedes driver. Spent his entire career supported by Mercedes from being like wee high, and now he's driving in red.
Ferrari, amazing.
We'll see, but there's been loads of videos of the front facing Lewis cam with the all the instructions coming, do this, go to the grid, do some burnouts, blah 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 blah. What surfaced today was his helmet cam, or the forward-facing cam from behind him.
Right.
So Bono's going, you want chassis setting, this, strap 4, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. Press enter, and up on the steering wheel comes a message from Mercedes.
Right.
What's his, like, Forever Rising, or what's his catch line?
No idea.
Something, We Will Rise, or something like that.
Right.
That Mercedes logo, thank you, all of his world championships, built a picture of him. I was like, how fucking cool is that? Do you know what I mean? It's loaded into the car and it's like unlocked at the end of the race with these switch positions. Dings, like special greeting, like from all the team that only he could see. Do you know what I mean? The radio dialogue was going out, over F1 radio. But that, I was like, do you know what?
It makes you wonder sometimes why someone like Lewis, who's like say been backed by Mercedes all his life, pretty much, right, is now jumping ship and going to Ferrari. It makes you wonder why he's doing that in the last 2 years. Is that money?
No.
Or is that being promised a better car than Mercedes?
There's lots of rumours about it. Lots of rumours about it at the time. He was in his contract negotiations, and the whole thing was, that's why it took so fucking long apparently. The whole thing was about him then staying with Mercedes, becoming a brand ambassador, and never leaving the brand because he's a fucking great, Mercedes. You know what I mean? He is like so. Yeah. And then there was like a very high level board meeting, or like Cheryl, whatever, and it basically came down, it was like, no, he'll never actually be an ambassador for Mercedes.
Why was it?
It'll be another 10 years before he can be considered to be an ambassador for Mercedes. He's like
10 years.
And I think he just took that as what it was like more than mildly racist. Do you know what I mean? After everything, so it's like
how long he's been with them.
Really, well. I think it had been kind of talked about as something we were going to negotiate like up front, and then they've gone like that. No, but you're looking like literally.
It can happen, but nowhere near as soon as you think.
But do you expect to become an ambassador as like basically at the end of how long you've raced with someone? Do you expect to become an ambassador straight away?
There's so many reasons.
Or does it have to be?
He's a racer, right? I mean, he goes out and expects to win races, and he's not. And he's not there to hang around on the back of the grid. The Ferrari car potentially is actually a really good bet for next year. It might not be the car, but it'll probably be better than the Mercedes. Now, the other side of that coin is his teammate has made mincemeat of him this year in the same fucking car.
Exactly.
Right? But also, who's getting the new bits, who's getting the development, yada, 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 yada. I can't see them hanging Lewis out to dry in such an extreme way. But the car just might not suit him. You've seen it like so many fucking times where like Max Verstappen and the Red Bull is usually the example. He can get unbelievable lap times out of it, but no one else can fucking drive it. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like...
You should check
so... There's a bit of that. I think there's a lot of pure racer in him. Fred Vasseur moved to Ferrari. It's the same move he made going to Mercedes. He saw a major change at a senior level and knew that the person that had got in there had the ability to bring in the people and manage them and deliver, because he believed in those people. Fred Vasseur went to Ferrari. Then the deal was done with Lewis, because Fred Vasseur was Lewis's team manager when he got into F2 or F3. I think he was ART team manager, and he brought him into the real world of single seater racing at the sharp end. Do you know what I mean? And took him under his wing, and then he went on into the McLaren program and stuff. So he trusts Fred, and it's visible to see the difference in Fred's effect at Ferrari. They look tasty now. Do you know what I mean?
Lewis a bit upset about, because he didn't want to be test driving the car. He didn't want to be seen. The first time he wanted to be seen in that car is the first race. It's race weekend.
Yeah, true.
He didn't want the build up, but they're making him. They're saying to him, "Look, now we need you to be."
This is all sour grapes.
Front and centre.
The other real thing, the main thing, is he'll never be considered one of the absolute greats because he's only done it with 2 teams. You like a third team puts you on par with the actual legends of the sport.
We'll wait and see, because Ferrari are up and down, aren't they? Whether they get in there, I'm not too sure. I love Ferrari, but I just don't think they're.
I think Charles Leclerc is a very fast car. Is a very fast driver. Carlos Sainz is a good driver, but on one lap when you really need to, and he's making fewer and fewer mistakes. And his racecraft's coming as well. He's getting there, and I think he's getting everything out of that Ferrari. I think,
but they need more.
Been there long enough, right?
They do need more.
I don't think Lewis will go and get more out of that car. I don't think he could put Max in it and get any more out of the car. I think like
different
I do kind of agree with you. I think the relationship that he has with Ferrari, Charles, because he's been with him for so fucking long. It's almost like symbiotic. Do you know what I mean? So
they make a change, he adapts.
He works. He's so embedded in the team at such a level. He will, and I guess there's got like the power struggle is going to be hilarious because he's Ferrari's boy. Do you know what I mean? But like, Lewis fucking Hamilton. Do you know what I mean? So like Charles, what I want to see, right, is I want to see Charles move into a new zone where he keeps the speed, he chills, and does what Max is going to do when he becomes a father. Step into his big boy pants. Think fast. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't be erratic. Like, use your fucking head. Like, where are the benefits to actually think?
I think Ferrari need to a little bit get their shit in order. Where the car is concerned, it's not consistent at all, is it? You see it start making progress,
much more consistent,
but it's not. Then it drops off, and then it comes back, and then they need to have a car that's going to go through the season.
Mate, they almost come second in the constructors.
No, but they need to be more than that. They're Ferrari. They need to be more than that.
Yeah, but they're returning from the worst period in Ferrari's history.
I get that, but
they've made serious changes.
It's been a long time.
And Fred's been in for one season, and they're a completely different team to last year.
Well,
his effect on like the design process, we'll see actually the Fred effect in the next year's car, but the whole thing will be geared up to 2026.
It does need a better car.
When everybody will lose because Adrian Newey will design a fabulous Aston Martin. Which is already on the back of fag packets and like serviettes and stuff like that.
Realistically, all their efforts are pointless.
So, which again, I'd love to see.
Williams, that'll be cool. Do you know what I mean? Because like, they've done quite well, but Alex Albon scored all the points. So it's like the same thing as McLaren. If they get another driver to just score the same number of points as Alex Albon,
they'll win.
They're mid-table. Like, boom, all of a sudden.
But like I say, as much as I like to see Ferrari up there, because I do love the Ferrari cars, I always have done, but Aston Martin again, I'd love to see that happen, because that would be unreal.
Alpine finally got the shit together in the last 2 races of the season, turned out a fast car. Ollie Wilkinson, is it? He took over, didn't he, from whatever his name was. And then Flavio came along, and it's like that, all of a sudden, boom, shit gets done. All right, what they did to Ocon was unpleasant, but very French, you know.
If you swing that way.
And it's a bit like that, harsh, do you know what I mean? But, you know, fair play, he wanted something from the team got something from him. But that whole change of mindset is starting to kick in. And they've got Mick Doohan's son, Jack Doohan, starred up from F2. Actually in the second seat, so they've got Gasly and Doohan, right?
So they're replacing the team.
Doohan's fast, you know what I mean? He's a couple of seasons in F2, you've been like, it's one of them, like, how come he's not in a Formula 1 car yet? Do you know what I mean? Like, really? But with Jack Doohan comes like the Mick Doohan effect. Do you know what I mean? It's Mick fucking Doohan. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Just having Mick.
So already, I mean, we're looking forward to next season, and next season is going to be interesting. It really is.
Do you know what?
I think this following season will be even more interesting.
Do you know what? I also see Yuki Tsunoda taking Checo's place. I reckon Checo's going to resign over the winter. He's going to hand his gloves back and resign. And I think it'll be Yuki. I don't think it'll be Liam Lawson. Yuki's doing really well though at RB. but I think Liam's a bit young. He was a bit crashy. Do you know what I mean? Yuki's shown that he can learn and progress. It's not necessarily how fast he is now compared to someone else. It's how he's worked with the team, and like you can plan a trajectory based on consistent, and he's getting it.
He might not be the fastest, but he's consistent.
He's done his apprenticeship in the army. Give him a chance in the big chair, but. The big chair next to Max Verstappen, I wouldn't want to sit in that fucking chair.
It's a very small chair.
It's like being Chelsea manager after Mourinho, or like Man U manager after Alex Ferguson.
You're in a no-win situation.
Yeah,
no-win situation at all.
No one with that job in the world. Anyway, enough about F1.
Yes.
Yes. I was watching one of the last roadkills today, right, the latest one, and interesting facts, but it's not that interesting. You know Studebaker, American car brand, right? Yeah. I caught just a bit of it. I'm going to watch it back, right? Apparently, one of their marketing, I've been going on about the Volvo marketing thing. That we can do that. That's a car meme. The Volvo. Yes. So Volvo have put out some marketing, which is pretty gruesome. It is very dark. It is. So dark, there's a panning shot of two pairs of legs. Obviously, just hung themselves. That's
part of it.
And then there was another thing where someone got just brutally killed. And then another clip of the thing is a man crossing the road with a load of dogs and a car hurtling towards him. Except it's a Volvo. And the bloke falls asleep at the wheel, and it's like the guy still don't get killed, the car just stops automatically, and it's like the whole play like that. If everything in life was as safe as a Volvo, do you know what I mean? I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
Did not expect that to
absolutely fucking brilliant.
Because it is dark right the way up to there, and it's
really, really bad.
Can you really do that in advertising?
Really, yes, you can. Yes, you can. So what was talking about before that? What did we get onto Volvos from?
I have no idea.
You're kidding me.
Roadkill,
right?
Yeah. Studebaker.
So, at some point at their height, right, Studebaker someone at Studebaker's had a fucking genius idea. They've got this massive facility Indiana or
wherever they made Studebakers.
And they cruise through, and it's the old factory, right? And the marketing, they bought 60,000 trees, right?
Oh, that's right.
And they spelled Studebaker in trees. Right, so that you could see it
from
from space, unless there's a drone shot.
Oh, drone,
you look down, it says Studebaker.
Oh my God!
It's like a fucking forest Studebaker like that. That's fucking genius. That's as good as it was. Murray Walker. Was it Murray Walker that came up with the Mars a day helps you work, rest and play? He did advertising. He wrote straplines for Thingy Confectionery, and I'm pretty sure one of his most famous ones was a Mars a day helps you work, rest and play. Okay. Murray Walker like that. It's like that. I've had a brilliant idea. Right, we're going to need some trees and a fucking load of space.
60,000
trees, and planted it, and it's massive. The actual because these. They look like a small wood each one from the ground level. So when you get above it, you're like, oh my God, it's actually an S, do you know what I mean? But a wood in the shape of an S, honestly, genius. Absolute genius. Keeping it on cars, APM Customs.
APM. Sunday just gone. It was a pretty good turnout. The weather was pretty shit. The wind was howling and stuff. It was cold, but pretty good turnout. Yeah, it was all right.
No, been a car show for ages.
I know. Yeah, I mean that's my first in a long time, but it was all right.
Big up Daz, big up Val.
And Sai and Val.
Big up Sai. How you doing?
Yeah, he's doing all right.
I know you were telling me that. That's not something we can talk about.
Chatting our ears off about Bitcoin and all that sort of stuff. XRP. Get into XRP.
Friend of the show.
Absolutely.
Well, we could do an investing section with Sai.
Oh, he said do it.
He said, all right.
He was sat in my car and he goes, you need to get me on your bloody podcast.
Right, so we could do it
we did chat your ears off about XRP.
We could do it like we did with Troddy. He can be our correspondent.
The thing is though, mate.
Little video.
The thing is though, he'd chat for half an hour.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said he'd send us a little video and then we can just edit it. You know what I mean? Stop it whenever we need to. Loving your work, Si. We'll get our people. We'll get our people to get in touch with your people, and we'll make that happen because we haven't heard from Troddy for ages.
We haven't. No, I need to get on to him and get him to send us something.
Man, Christmas video.
He's all right. Lonard wearing the Lonard tonight. I've been wearing it now for about a week. It's really comfortable.
Friend of the show.
It's just really cool.
It's kept time,
mechanical,
and you've gone for
I've
the
gone for the
leather strap now.
for me, it's been more
last week with the stainless steel.
Yes. But yeah, I put the black leather strap on, and it's just, for me, it's more sportier, and it suits my style and our style.
Very nice.
So
very nice.
The guys are going to go out biking every weekend.
It's gone up as well, hasn't it?
It has,
It's proper gone up too.
It has, yeah. It was €899. But message me for my discount code. But yeah, and don't forget his dressy watches. They're also
they're pretty cool as well, aren't they? I think we ticked everything off.
Astrology.
I was going to say, which means the only thing we have left to do this week is
fortune cookies.
Astrology. And because we went to the Chippy, normal Thursday services restored. We have actual astrological cookies.
If we can get into
because the moon made me do it.
The moon?
Yeah.
So if you can open these.
The moon made me do it. That's should give a shout out to Michelle really, because I think she's the worst one for that. It's like the moon.
The moon made me do it. I don't think it's got anything to do with the moon. Really?
Today the moon and stars will have no
effect on you whatsoever. Just like these fortune cookies.
It's going to be on our headstones.
Nothing.
Today the stars will have no bearing on it. I like get it on the headstone, so like in such a way that it'll be too late to have it removed. You'll be dead. Unless I go first, and then it was like that. I'll get the moon made me do it. Go on. Oh, star sign. Virgo, listen up.
You will always have good luck in your personal affairs.
Yeah. Oh, that's a thing.
That's not a bad one.
Get it in the back of your phone because it runs out if you throw it away.
Keep it charged.
Yeah.
Wireless charging. Star
Aries.
Sign. Yeah, Aries.
Listen up, Aries. Pin them back. This is coming your way.
An old wish will come true. Boom.
Lucky you.
Which one though?
You can't have any of my new ones.
It's only one. There's only one wish.
Oh, world peace.
No. It's an old wish.
That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen, is it?
It's fucking old.
Star sign.
Pisces.
This is
the fish.
The fish.
Pin them back. We've been on a roll recently, Pisces, so hopefully this will be the sign of things to come.
Will it be
see,
good
there's less light in our new festive studio.
It's been going swimmingly.
Do you like the background?
Oh.
Very festive.
You will soon take a very pleasant and successful trip.
Wow. Nice that.
That's alright.
There you go.
That's a keep up. Well, we are planning on going away for my birthday, so.
There you go. Very positive.
And Ibiza next year as well. Ooh, why would Ibiza be successful? Well, coming back from Ibiza means it's been successful, isn't it?
I suppose so.
Probably, yeah.
Survive.
Yeah.
Right,
so is that us?
I think that's us, yeah.
End of the show.
End of the show. Give us a comment, let us know
if you're
actually out there or something like
Yes.
that. Usual ship, usual rules apply. Fox.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to try and find somewhere to ride bikes this weekend, but like as most of the trail centres are like having issues with trees.
Possibly steady on because there's no trees.
Because there's no trees, we're like downhill bikes and ice for the win.
Nice.
Absolutely.
And on that bombshell, until next time, keep it redline.
Boom.